DeathsTalker here. So I got a question for you. With all the action that was going on last weekend with MotoGP, and that is, do you watch crash videos? And if you do, why do you do it? Is it some sort of like morbid curiosity as to watching crashes, or excitement of seeing racing cars or motorcycles go flying in little pieces across the track, or something to confirm that you're convinced that racing is dangerous? Or is it something else? Let me know. Now, myself, yes, I actually do watch crashes. Not so much the car stuff, unless it's something of interest. Although I had some friends who are big NASCAR fans, and they'd be talking about a specific race and whatnot, and once in a while they'd mention a crash video of someone crashing their NASCAR, and I may watch that. I sort of lost interest in watching the car racing when I saw Dale Earnhardt die in a crash. And the weird thing about it was, if you ever saw the actual impact, as far as crashes go, it was a nothing crash. Like, you expected him to just unbutton himself from the car, come out and throw his helmet on the ground and stomp away, and it didn't happen. And that sort of was a wake-up call for NASCAR. They knew they had to make some changes. Now, motorcycle racing, I used to do that, and yes, I was crashing and getting hurt, and apparently I was in a crash video. I never saw it because, unfortunately, this is back in the days of videotape, long before the internet, and apparently my crash was all over the news, well, the local sports station, and my friends all saw it, and they didn't bother to mention it to me until a couple days before the next race, and by that time it was no longer news, and I could not find or get a copy of it. And I even talked to the crew that actually filmed the races, and apparently once they were finished filming them, they sent them off to the studio, and they never saw them again, so there was no way to get it. So I have no idea. I know what happened to me. Somebody took me out, but I never got to see the video. But I do watch other motorcycle racing, and I do watch the crashes when they happen. And it's not a morbid sense of what's going on here, it's more of a case of what happened. I watch, like for example, the race we just had on the weekend, where they had that big crash in Moto 2 where the bike went down, and then Happy Siren came across the hill and was following two other riders, and they saw the bike spinning on the ground and they dodged it, and Happy's warning was, here's the bike, bang. And you know, there's nothing they could have done about that. That was full-blown racing incident. Really sucked for Happy, but you know, what are you gonna do? And then later on the day, I watched the crash with Zarco and Morbidelli, where they collided and came off the bikes, and the bikes went flying and narrowly took out Maverick Vinales and Valentino Rossi. And you know, of course, the internet went crazy with that crash. It made a lot of the local news stations surprised to see it on even on Fox News. But it was like, it was an eye-opener for the sport. But it sort of showed you how dangerous the racing was. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, although Zarco did manage to, apparently a couple days later they figured he broke a scaphoid, so he's getting surgery for that, and he will be, he may be back this weekend or not. But my whole thing about watching crash videos, etc., is to try to figure out what happened. So, like, especially when I was racing, if I saw some video clips of someone crashing, I'd look and see what they did to see obviously that I wouldn't repeat it. So it was always a learning tool for me. But sometimes you see people doing stupid things. And I don't like to see racers get hurt. I don't like to see racers die, but I sort of do want to see what happens, because you know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now the interesting thing is, the one thing, as much as I watch racing and stuff, and I'm not into crashes, I'm into the racing, but the one thing I do watch a lot is the car crash videos. And you know, those are the ones where you watch where someone pulls out in front of traffic, or someone does something incredibly stupid or whatnot. And I watch those videos because, you know what, I drive on the street, and seeing what happens is a way of increasing my knowledge as to what can go wrong. Because especially if you're a new rider, learning the sort of bonehead moves other drivers can pull is sort of like an on-the-job training. And watching those sort of videos sort of shows you what goes on, so you don't have to learn that the hard way. Because unfortunately, in some of those cases, if somebody does something really incredibly stupid or bad, you can end up getting very seriously hurt. So that's my take on crash videos. Not morbid, more information learning. Let me know what your opinions are. DeathsStalker, signing off.